Hello. I knew, Jojo, I knew as soon as Hub started talking to me that I was like, I'm like, they can't hear me, right? No, my freaking subtitles can tell people what I'm saying. It's okay. He was just like, do you need anything? And I was like, nah. Thank you so much for the resub, Jojo. Thank you. Oh, it was so much fun. On Friday night, we watched both Jojo and I's favorite horror movie, which is Suspiria. And I think we had such a freaking good time. Yeah, Hubs and I do, like, that's how we say I love you to each other. We just like say our social security numbers out loud just to show the trust, the trust between us. But yeah, oh my goodness. And so Jojo, you said that you saw Suspiria for the first time when you were 10 years old, and I am so jelly. I am honestly super jelly. I wish I had seen Suspiria when I was that young, but no, I didn't see it until I was 23. I'm pretty sure I was 23 when I saw it. And of course I loved it, and it's just, the love has grown so much over the years. It's so good. The most intimate number. Yeah, that's how you know somebody loves you. They whisper their social security number into your ear. Oh my goodness. How did you see Suspiria? What were the circumstances? Because like, I don't think it's a particularly easy film to just stumble upon, because if it was, I would have stumbled, because like by the time I was, okay, I think I was older than 10 when I was for sure older than 10 when I saw Phantom of the Paradise. And that is the movie that caused Dario Argento to cast Jessica Harper as Susie Bannion in Suspiria. So like, I'm curious. It's like, yeah, I love that movie. My mom loved that movie. That's one of the reasons I watched that movie. And I didn't even hear about Suspiria, I think, until I was in my 20s. Gulp down some water. I am here between two makeshift ACs. Today is like the last day of the heat wave. The rest of the week is going to be in the 70s. So I am very excited about that, because we have been boiling in this house. We've been boiling. As a kid, you rented movies a couple of times a week. For some reason, Suspiria had mature audience sticker that caught your eye, so you had to see it. I do not remember Suspiria being at the video rental store ever as a kid, because I also like rented movies a ton. Like my mom, the dance studio that she owned was like right like in the same shopping center as a Blockbuster, so I was there like pretty much every day. And then also, like, when I got older and I didn't go to her studio with her every day, there was a Hollywood Video on my way home. And they're the ones that had, like, the more niche things at that Hollywood Video. They're the place that I was like, Mom, here's Phantom of the Paradise. You love that movie. You talk about it all the time. Let's finally watch it for me. So yeah, like, oh, I'm so jealous of you. So jealous. You're not missing this Fallout stream. I'm so excited you're here. Hello, Luna. Hello. And also, hello, Painting Polish. Hello, Nailed It, guys. I am so glad you are all here for my mini painting stream. I've been doing a ton of mini painting, and the thing is that like I feel like I have been really just like diving into that hobby, and I want to spend more time doing that, but I don't want to spend less time with y'all, so you're coming with me. Let me show you some of the stuff that I'm working on. So the thing that we are mostly working on today, this is, what is his name? Oswald I know his character pretty well, but he has a name. Oswald the something. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. No, that is Disney. I wrote it down in the Discord. Oswald the Outrageous. He is a glowing one from Nuka World. I love the Nuka World expansion of Fallout 4 because I love theme parks and I love Disneyland, and it is very loosely themed around, like, well, I mean, it's a theme park, so directly themed after a theme park, but it's a bit Disneylandish. And I found out recently there's some stuff that I didn't even know about Nuka World, so I really need to replay this. Oswald the Butt Muncher, you were so close. Hello, Dippy Aggie. Dippy Aggie, I have a question for you. We were just talking about Suspiria and you joined us. Thank you so much. How was the experience? How was your scare level watching Suspiria with us? It seems like you weren't too, it seems like you weren't too horrified by it. So I'm glad about that, because I know you wanted to watch it. and you did join us to watch it, and I've been meaning to ask you. But yeah, you were very, very close. I'm so excited for y'all to come along. He is carrying a sword. The sword fell off because these models by Modifius, this is the company that makes these models, they're incredible. They're such good models. But they have really, like, they have sacrificed stability of their models for detail and beauty and precision. So this sword just snapped clean off. So I'm going to paint it separately, or maybe paint it on the mini, and then, you know, I need to reattach it later, but it's just going to fall off if I attach it again. So it wasn't bad. The worst part was the doctor giving an unexpected shot. Yeah, that part's fucked up. That doctor's fucked up. Although, I kind of think he's a little hot, though. Dr. Vertigast, he can for some reason get it, and I don't really know these things. I don't know why. So anyway, in our game, this ghoul runs a circus. In Fallout, he basically runs a circus as well. And so my husband charged me. Hello, Jadoob. I am so excited that you're here. Hello, Trina. Thank you for the resub. All right, so he runs a circus that we're gonna go visit called Big Top. And at the circus, he has a Protectron, which are these kind of like Forbidden Planet looking robots from Fallout. And my husbando charged me to create a Protectron that was a lion. And so I did. And so this is my lion Protectron. I wanted the lion Protectron to look like good, like flashy, like a shiny new one. But then I fucked up the paint job, and so now it looks like a trashy old one. I might do some even more aging on it, but I'm still pretty happy with it. And yes, I did sculpt these ears completely myself. This little like headband with ears, with lion ears on it. And I was so excited about it because my friend was sculpting ears on his man dog, Chomper, and he was having a really hard time doing it. And so I was like sitting down to make these ears, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a hassle, because my friend had a hassle creating the ears for his man dog. But wouldn't you know it, I found a technique. A technique was created. I don't have any of the putty that I made this with up here, but basically I just made two little circles up here, and I took a dotting tool, like a nail art dotting tool, pressed it into these ears, and then I just pinched around them. Perfect cat ears. Perfect cat ears. It was amazing. I'm loving it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm loving it. I love its little smile. I love its little eyes. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. This is my mini painting handle. And it uses like, sorry, there's like car stuff happening. 12-ounce soda bottle caps to put the stuff on for like a quick change. And then the other model I have up here for if I'm just waiting for my ghoul to dry is I have this Assaultron. This Assaultron is supposed to be a newer looking Assaultron. The body is completely done. I did a little red eye right in there, and that red eye is actually blacklight reactive. I can't show it right now because I have too many things plugged into my computer to use my blacklight. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. Assaultrons are not particularly like decorated things. Like they don't have a lot of colors going on. They're like really, really dark green and black. So there's not a lot going on with her except for a little bit of metallic stuff happening. But I'm really happy with how she came out. I love Assaultrons in Fallout. Like I don't like fighting Assaultrons because they're very hard to fight. But they have this kind of sexy lady voice, and I think it's amazing. And there is an Assaultron in Good Neighbor, which is my favorite. Hello, Michael. How you doing? It's my favorite like city in Fallout 4 is Good Neighbor. It's where my favorite. Is he my favorite husbando? I guess Paladin Dance is my favorite husbando. I guess I got to count him, but he's one of my favorite husbandos. And he's my character Cherry Bomb in this story. They're gonna have a fun time together in my tabletop RPG. This is way too much info. You don't care. But the point is is that Hancock lives in frickin' Good Neighbor, and there is an Assaultron named Cleo there who's like, I'm not a robot, I'm a woman, baby. And I'm like, yeah, you fucking are. Do me. You love Assaultrons. They remind you of Metropolis. They do remind me of Metropolis, Jesus, as well. So yeah, we might be working a bit on her as well. This is actually was supposed to be a model. I didn't finish her in time for this character who was going to transplant her brain into an Assaultron. But we shot the brain before it got into the Assaultron. And then the other people in my party, me and Dirty Jerry, so Cherry and Dirty Jerry, this is the tabletop RPG I'm playing. We found some mold and we were like, can we make that into drugs? And we did. We made it into psychedelic drugs. While we were doing that, the other two people in our party put the brain that was supposed to be in the Assaultron back in the person's body and then went and exploded her to like cover our tracks. I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but I didn't find out about it until later. So again, I'm sure that was TMI, but you're here. So there is your eye. Hello, Khaleesi. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm so glad you're here. All right. All right. So we have Oswald right here, and I guess I'll just fucking get started. This week, am going to go to the frickin' post office. I'm so sorry I haven't been. Because I know there's something from you there, Khaleesi. And I just keep not fucking going. Because I hate going places. I am going to block him in. Is what I'm going to start with. So, he has some red, he has some black, and he has some green. Yeah, maybe two things. Yeah, absolutely. I am the worst at post officing. I need to make it part of my, like, routine. Oh, wait, did I bring up the cup full of paintbrushes? Husbando, are you listening? Are you on standby? I need paintbrushes. Husbando has agreed to help me because I was like, I would love to do a painting stream, but I don't want to set up my setup downstairs. Also, I need to like set my makeup because I totally forgot. Anyway, I didn't want to set up my setup downstairs. But also, I didn't want to be running up and down the stairs because I forgot stuff down at our painting station. So hopefully he will come up and bring the mug full of paintbrushes. So I do not think I brought it upstairs. I think I might have moved it away from where I was painting. Thank you. Is this what you need? Yes, it is. All right, love you. Love you too. All right, so I have my mug of paintbrushes, and on this mug is Hadley's. I collect mugs, although I don't really even like hot beverages that much. If you watched Hillary Mediocre Manny's video about our trip to the What's Up Nail store a couple years ago, I took her to this place, because I used to go there as a kid, and it looked like this when I went as a kid. And then they fucking downgraded it and made it look like everywhere else, but I still do love it. I love stopping there. She described it as like a Trader Joe's, but real, and I kind of have to agree with her that that's what it is. All right, so we are going to get my speed painting brush because primarily on this model, except for on the glow effects, we're going to be using speed paints. I am still wearing the nail art I did last time, and actually this nail is starting to chip, but it just started chipping a little bit ago because I cleaned this and I was scratching it with that nail. Everything's got to be set up. I need a shock towel. Would that mean that Trader Joe's has been faking you the entire time? Yeah, Trader Joe's has been being so fake. I was like, you're so fake, Trader Joe's. I mean, I don't know how much, like, I know when I used to go there as like a kid, most of the stuff they had at Hadley's was stuff that they like made fresh, like then, but I don't really know, like, I don't really know what's theirs anymore. They're a date farm. Trader Foes. Yes, exactly. I fucking love Trader Joe's. No shade to Trader Joe's whatsoever. Let me make sure that my thing isn't, my light and camera mount aren't like shaking everywhere. Because, yeah, they do that. Okay. So I think I'm going to start by painting his face, and I'm going to be doing that with Mantis Warrior Green. So basically how this works is this model has been slap chopped. And so what slap chopping is it's a method where you paint the entire model black, then you go in and you dry brush it with gray, and then you go in and you dry brush it again with white, and then you use this kind of clear paint, which is kind of like a jelly polish. Trader Joe's is so far from you now, just like Costco. That's Trader Joe's and Costco. Where do you get your snacks? How do you exist? But yeah, so it's like a jelly polish, and so this is going to, it's already like pre-highlighted. We're just putting stuff on it, and I am gonna probably do, well, I mean, I'm gonna be doing a glow effect, so I'm gonna definitely be doing some like extra painting, but occasionally, like I did a model of Butch Deloria from Fallout 3. I almost entirely slap chopped him because like one thing, it can look really good. It can look really, really good if you know what you're doing. And then also it's fast, and I just, our campaign has so many models, I can't put my all into every single model. So yeah, Kroger baby, except yours is called Pick and Save. We have occasional Pick and Saves. Is that Kroger company? I know that Food for Less is also Kroger. And here, so here, okay, we have our fancy Kroger, our like the one that I knew initially was Kroger, but like isn't Kroger. That's Ralph's. So our fancy Kroger is Ralph's, which I had a teacher, I think in high school or junior college, who like, no, it was my middle school band director. He was from a different part of the United States where Ralphing meant something else. I mean, Ralphing means like puking here as well, but nobody really says it that way. And so he like went to a Ralph's being like, LOL, this is stupid that this place is called Ralph's. And then somebody was throwing up in it. And he was like, okay. Everything is about to be Kroger, right? Wait, what did they merge with? So yeah, we got that. And then Food for Less is like the cheaper Kroger. And then I didn't know the Pick and Save. Your fancy Kroger is Metro Market. I see. It's so interesting, all the different levels of Kroger. The different Kroger levels. Okay, I've shaken this paint enough, I think. So let's go in to this little man's face. I don't know if I should adjust the focus or not. So I want to use enough paint that it gets like deep into the crevasses of his paint. Of his face. It's better to use a little bit more and then dab it off than it is to use less and just like hope for the best. Oh, he's wearing gloves. So the only point of the only part that I'm gonna have to make glow is gonna be his face. All right, I'm gonna get a smaller brush to get into the little crevasses. Yeah, did they buy like Vons or something? I really like my Vons. I have a guy who works the counter at Vons. Like, I have a favorite guy. He's an older gentleman who I call Waistcoat Grandpa because he's always wearing a waistcoat. And around Christmas time, he wears a Santa hat. And I love him. And when the pandemic happened, I think he was out of work for a while. Like, I don't know if he was just like using his time off or if he got COVID or something. But I was so fucking worried he had died. And then one day he showed up and it literally I was trying not to cry. I was like, don't be a weirdo in this Vons crying at the checkout. This guy who like hardly knows you. Being like, I'm so glad you didn't die. I was so worried. That's how I fucking felt though. There we go. Merger of Kroger and Albertsons. Around here they have to sell some Kroger stores. QFC Fred Meyer to someone else so it isn't a monopoly. Interesting. Kroger owns QFC and Fred Meyer brands, while Albertsons owns a Safeway and Hagen brands. Okay, so it looks like we don't have QFC and we don't have Fred Meyer. So like maybe not everything's gonna be Kroger out here. All right, so what I usually do with models is I just block in all the different parts and then I go back and like fix it up. Next, I'm gonna do the black of his suit. I'm gonna look up this character really quick. Oswald. Let's do Oswald Fallout. I think he's the only Oswald. I already had a picture of him up. Oswald the Outrageous. That's his name. All right, yes, his pants are black too. So yeah, now that I've done the deepest part, which is his face, I'm gonna go in with black. And I am going to block out the black of his suit. His shirt is white. His lapel is red, and there's a red band around his hat. Used to have Roundies, but Kroger... Roundies! Albertsons is your childhood store. They are owned by Safeway now, then Kroger. Everything will be super duper hard soon. We can only hope. What color? Does he have a colored belt? It looks like his belt is also black. Okay. But yeah, generally I like to do dark colors to light colors with Slap Chop. Because, like, when I'm done using the black, if I've done any, like, mistakes, I'm going to go back with white and cover it up. I could do the light colors too, but if I accidentally make a mistake with a light color, it's going to be less likely to, like, fuck up. Like, it'll probably not even really be noticeable, but if I make a mistake with the dark color, I'll have to, like, go back and repaint and stuff. The blacks are kind of the hardest color, in my opinion, to make look good. With the Slap Chop method, just because a lot of times the paint's either too thick or it's too thin. But I think that this Templar, is it Templar? Black Legion is like the best black for this suit, at least. Wait, you wonder how many IPs they brought up? What IPs? What do you mean? Albertsons bought Safeway and now chose to stick with their name. Corporations, they are messy families. You're so right. Corporations are super messy. When I worked for Disney, I always said that, like, Disney is like a country. Like, there's a lot of people in it that, like, want things to go, like, certain ways. But they're not always the people with the most power. It was frustrating. It's really frustrating at Disney because the people on the lowest levels often want, like, the best for the parks, at least Disney parks. But then, of course, like, the executives, a lot of them have never worked in the parks. A lot of them have no loyalty to the brand and to the experience. And so we're seeing a lot of bullshit. Say what you will about Michael Eisner. At least he was fucking trying. He wasn't perfect, but, like, at least he wanted something, not just, you know, the next dollar. Not just. Complicated individual, that man. Yes, I love Demolition Man. The color hurts my eyes. Mrs. Cratchit, A Christmas Carol, referring to the black material. Wait, Mrs. Cratchit says that black hurts her eyes? I don't remember her saying that. Oh my god, yeah, I do think Taco Bell is going to win the franchise wars. Also, during the pandemic, I was like, man, Demolition Man is real. We're out of toilet paper. We need the 3 seashells. We can't shake hands anymore. Kroger is winning the grocery wars. Yes. So she's sewing the funeral clothes for Tiny Tim. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm most familiar with the Muppet Christmas Carol, and so I don't think she says that in a Muppet Christmas Carol. I fucking love a Muppet Christmas Carol. I know that Son does not love a Muppet Christmas Carol, but it's okay to be wrong sometimes. Because Muppet Christmas Carol is amazing. And I don't know if you all watch Lost in adaptation by the Dom, or he used to be the Dom, now he's Dominic Noble. But like, he did kind of like an award ceremony for all the different versions, film versions of A Christmas Carol he could find, because he does like a series where he talks about book adaptations and, you know, how good they are, how accurate they are, and so on and so forth. And so, yeah, he did one for A Christmas Carol, and he actually gave like the top award to A Muppet Christmas Carol, because he said that the spirit of Christmas was the strongest in that one. And he thought that that was the most important part. She's crying because of Tim, but the other kids see her. She covers her eyes, and the color hurts your eyes. Oh, A Christmas Carol is so good. Is the part of his wrist, are these his gloves? No. Are they his gloves? He's got like a little band of something around his wrist. And I can't tell if I'm supposed to paint that black or white. What are you supposed to be, man? I fucking love Muppets. I want to be a Muppet. Is he the mask? Oh no, he's not. He's a glowing one. Let me show you a picture of the character from the game. 1 second. So this is a ghoul in Fallout. There's these things called ghouls. And if you saw the Fallout series, that was, oh, what's his name? That one actor. My mother-in-law loves him. But one of the main characters in the Fallout show is a ghoul. But ghouls are, yes, I know, Jim Carrey. I watched The Mask so much as a kid. I loved that movie as a kid. Ghouls are irradiated humans. And some of them are extra irradiated. And that turns them into glowing ones. Usually glowing ones are feral. There's only a few times in the game where you see a glowing one that isn't feral. But Oswald is one of them. So you can get irradiated just by standing close to him. Oh my god, you watched Dark Crystal like a first time? What did you think of it? It is, in my opinion, is like the most different Jim Henson production that I can think of. Like, the most different from like the Muppets and Sesame Street, and like Labyrinth is more like the Muppets than the Dark Crystal is. The Dark Crystal's very dark and crystalline. There is a little white speck right in there. Oh, his suit looks so dapper. Oh, I accidentally colored in the shirt though. I will have to go back and highlight that. There we go. You liked it. Did you like the Skeksis? I could do an okay impression of that one Skeksis. Was that great? Did everybody like it? Was it the best impression of that one Skeksis? I don't know if like an individual Skeksis is a Skeksis or a Skeksis. It reminded me of The Witcher. How so? Because I have not seen or played The Witcher. How did it remind you? I think when I was a little kid, I watched The Dark Crystal more than Labyrinth. And then I got hypnotized by David Bowie's Junk. It can happen, and oh look, it just has. All right, yeah, I did accidentally paint in his shirt. I think that these little cuffs are supposed to be black. That's my guess, is they're supposed to be black. Because they're all tripping about the conjugation? What? You're obsessed with his balls? Why his balls particularly? People who are really into balls weigh in. What about balls do you love? I'm not opposed to balls. They're just another beautiful part of the beautiful human body. But they're not like the feature for me, you know? I'm not like, oh yeah. Let me see your balls. Let me hold your balls. The crystal balls! Okay, you weren't being dirty for once in your natural born life, JoJo. You weren't being dirty. I was the one being dirty, and that's so unlike me. Let me get you a picture of Oswald. Oswald, why can't I ever remember his name? Outrageous. He's truly outrageous. All right. Let's go to images. So Oswald the Outrageous is in, like I said, Fallout Nuka World, which is like their version of Disneyland. It's Nuka-Cola themed, and he looks like this. And actually, interestingly enough, he's got some like normal face texture as well as the green. But because this is so small, I don't think I'm going to put a skin color over the green. I think I'm just going to make the green glow because I just think that that's going to be a little too much. That's Jem who's truly outrageous. Oswald is just above much. How dare you? Husbando, if you want to be super cool, you could refill my water or bring me another one. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty today. But yeah, he's a cool dude and I like him. I really like his part of Fallout 4. Oh man, you can mod him to be a dude. I don't know why you would do that, but he does look very handsome. I like ghouls. This is the mini I'm painting. This is somebody else's version of the mini I'm painting. They decided to kind of rough him up a bit. But does he look... I guess he does look roughed up. So I guess we'll rough him up a bit. Might as well. Is this somebody who is... Yeah, somebody has railroad spiked his head off. This is what Fallout... Oh yeah, the guy in the show... hold on. The ghoul... So let me just show you like a regular Fallout 4 ghoul. The guy in the show played by... Why can't I think of his name? He looks like a normal ghoul. So let me show you like my husbando Hancock. Because that's the kind of ghoul that the guy in the show is like. So yeah, here's what like a regular ghoul looks like. But this is my ghoul. This is the best ghoul. This is what they look like. So yeah, they're irradiated humans and they're kind of like actively decaying, but they also are actively healing due to radiation. That's their kind of deal. Oh man, this is my favorite artist, Crystal Faye. She's the one who did my like Malika and Iron Bull painting. That I might have shown. I definitely shown on stream a few times. Let me open this image in a new tab. But I also have a Paladin Dance pinup that she made.
Sorry, I was in the other room. What did she do?
Water.
Drinking water?
Yeah, drinking water. Thank you. I love you.
Love you too.
But yeah, she did this really fucking sexy picture of Hancock. I love Hancock. You can romance Hancock. He loves doing chems. Look how cute he is. I love him. His face is kind of falling apart. I just choose to believe that his dick is still completely intact. Wait, is this Crystal Faye too? No, I don't think that's Crystal Faye. That's somebody who might have been inspired by Crystal Faye. I don't think it's Crystal Faye. Oh, it is Crystal Faye. I was wrong. She's using her other name. I love her so much. I met her one time and embarrassed myself. This is the Paladin Dance print that I have. I'm writing a fanfic that is currently slightly abandoned. I'm hoping to get back to it someday, but it's about this guy. Chems are drugs. Yes. And then I'll show you the ghoul from the show. But yeah, this is my favorite romance. He's complicated, and he's also not... They fucked up his programming in the game, unfortunately. I love him, though. Thank you. It's fine. It's totally fine. I like the purple one, too. I love you. All right. Yeah, sorry if I talk about this like everybody knows what I'm talking about. That's just the only way I know how to talk. Fallout show ghoul. Yeah. So they kind of modeled him after a regular Fallout 4 ghoul. Fallout 4 ghouls are different from the other Fallout ghouls because they are less gross. The ghouls from the other Fallout, like, they have big chunks of their face missing, not just their noses. But you do see a few other ghouls in the show that kind of look more like the ghouls from the other Fallout. So, yes, ad Victorium. I love this guy, though. What is his fucking name? Walton Goggins. Walton Goggins. I think he is really sexy in the Fallout show. I think he looks sexiest with the cowboy hat on. When he's not wearing his cowboy hat, I don't find him as sexy. But when he is, I find him incredibly sexy. And Danny was saying that, Danny Shout was saying, I don't know why I'm specifying. She was saying that she didn't like how much, like, needless violence there was in this show and how, like, you know, gross and visceral it was. For no reason. And I was like, it actually is for a reason, because that's what the video game's like. Oh my god. Okay, back to the painting. Now that I've taken my Walton Goggins ogling break. I am going to do a little touch up on this guy. So we got to get some white. Put white in the palette. Some of my paints have, like, these that are little pots on their own. And some of them are, not like that. Some of them are in dropper bottles. I prefer the dropper bottles. Between him and Timothy Oliphant, the show Justified is hot. Okay, so you think it's hot? My mother-in-law watches that show, and that's what she knows Walton Goggins from. But if you say it's hot, maybe I will give it a try. So we're just gonna get, like, into this little crevasse here. I'm actually gonna get my liner brush for this. And just, like, get really deep in there. As you can see, my specialty is itty bitty, teeny tiny areas. Do I have anywhere else I need to, like, clean up? Let me see if I can get a little bit of a better, like, focus on this guy for y'all. Let's see what I can do. That's probably the best I can do. Or is that the best I can do? Maybe that is. Could I zoom into him a bit? Because I do need some space. Yeah. We're a little zoomed in. I want to like scoot this over a bit. There we go. A little bit better. Full on sploosh. Okay, Jadoob. See, if my mother-in-law said that, if she was like, Stephanie, the show is so horny, I'd be like, okay. Unfortunately, she never says stuff like that. My mom will tell me if something's hot. My mom, on a few different occasions, has been like, Stephanie, come downstairs. Because, like, I used to live there, you know, when I was upstairs in my room. You gotta watch this part. And I'm like, Mother, why? Like, I agree. But why? Oh, my goodness. All right. I really did love the Fallout show. And most people who I know who are lovers of Fallout love the Fallout show. I've played all of the post-Bethesda games. My husbando played all of the older games. And some of the Bethesda ones as well. And I don't know if he played New Vegas or not. So together we make one full Fallout fan. The old guard and the new guard. All right. Let's do his hat now. I guess I am gonna have to, like, age his suit. I'm not, like, really looking forward to. What is it I really want to watch? Oh, well, I'm gonna watch fucking... My friend's gonna give me a copy of Satyricon, and I'm really excited about that. It's an Italian movie from, I think, the 60s or early 70s, but I'm pretty sure the 60s. And it's based off of the oldest Western novel. And it just seems absolutely fucking wild. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm also going to watch Deliverance, because he was telling me about that too, and how people, like, tend to bring up the part that's, like, not even as scary as the rest of it. And I heard from him, he's the person who first recommended Zardoz to me. Apparently, the success of Deliverance let the guy who made Deliverance make Zardoz, and I fucking love Zardoz. And we're watching that in 2 weeks. So not this Friday, but next Friday, we're watching Zardoz. And you should all be there, because then you can see the origin of my stupid cosplay. Here, let me show you the Zardoz cosplay. There you go. You can see the origin of that. All right. I'm going to have to go back and do some white on this hat. And possibly on his hand as well. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens. Gotta try to get into that tight little groove here. Yes, I did it. I did it. All right, let's paint. important to paint your models from every angle because you never know when someone's just gonna check that undercarriage real quickly. The first time I painted a model, you could not have told me that I would eventually not feel like completely lost doing it. I painted a miniature of a cat lady. Never forget to paint the taint. You're so right. You're so right. Always paint the taint. This hat is going to have a lot of reflection going on it. When I do the glow effect, I'm really excited about the glow effect, but I'm also like scared of the glow effect. Glow effects are hard. They're serious business. And so far, I've only really made glowing ones with glow effects that I really like. Okay, I think next I'm gonna do his shoes. Where did my little boxy box go? Or did I take everything out of the boxy box? Oh, there it is. I've got my little boxy box. It says, organize one stuff. Easy to put your items into the container. I got this from Daiso. All right. Or do I want to do this burgundy? Okay, I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna do this dark red for his shoes. I'm gonna let that black dry, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of touching up. Oh, the tie is black as well. So I should paint the tie too. Ugh, oh my god. Look at that. Look at this like fucking blood clot from this red paint. Okay. Here we go. I'm not going to worry too much about fucking up the base. These models are so cool because they have these scenic bases. Like this base has like a rug. It's like so fucking cool. This rug on this base. But yeah. We're just going to not worry about fucking up the base. I will go back and like lighten it up again. We're just going to worry about getting his shoes the right color. And most of this model is just going to be slap chopped. Back when I first started painting models, the slap chop method was not as popular. And I suffered. I did make some pretty cool models, though. And not everything looks better slap chopped. I mean, the way some people paint minis is just insane. And I would like to get to that level because I think everybody here in my stream knows better than most people how extra I can be. I'm going to paint some of the like unfinished edges of this black with this red because they're close enough in color that just like a spot or two is not going to be a problem. All right, so his shoes are done. I think they're very cute. There are a few areas that need like some touch-ups. Because like sometimes as the speed paint dries or contrast paint dries, there are little like white spots that are like left over. I am going to paint though his little tie is what I'm going to do. It's my makeshift. Oh my God, all my ice in my makeshift if my makeshift air conditioner has already melted. Oh well, it'll be fine. We made ourselves some swamp coolers, which is basically just a foam chest of ice with a fan going into the top and a tube coming out of the top. And so the fan blows into the ice and the air comes out. All right. Let's get your little tie. Oswald the Butt Munch. As Nailed It Guys so eloquently put it. I don't think you can see his tie. Like, I don't think you can see the edges of his tie. So I think just doing the bow is fine. There is like a tiny, tiny, tiny little like edge thing here though. If I decide to stop early on the mini, I'm gonna do my nails because they need to be done anyway. It'll be fun to do these streams though. So I'm not doing nail art that much. I can really use a lot of my like nice polishes. All right. You're looking at pretty good, man. He's looking pretty good. Okay. So next up is going to be lightening the areas that I went over with the black. So we're going to get a little more white. Pro Acryl is becoming my favorite. Monument Hobbies Pro Acryl. Thanks. Is becoming my favorite paint to work with. Because one thing, they're really cheap. Their bottles are really big. They're like the Orly of mini paint, really. And like their paint works really fucking well. So honestly, why use anything else? Citadel Hobbies is like the Apple of mini painting. Because their stuff is good. And they even have shops where you can go and like ask for help with your painting. But they're like, they're really beginner friendly, but they're not like advanced friendly, if that makes sense. Like for one thing, I tend to add water or other additives to most of my paints when I use them to like thin them and stuff. And what's really nice about the Citadel, yes, you're so right. Thank you. Hello, Hubris Tabletop Games. Yes, they're normal. Like this is black and this is white instead of like Black Legion, which like Black Legion at least tells you, or like Mantis Warrior Green. These ones at least tell you. But like, do I have, there's a few that are like pretty bad. Hubris can probably tell you some of the bad ones. But yeah, you can look at a Pro Acryl color and actually know what it is. And I'll even say stuff like medium, neutral, whatever. And I'm like, God bless you. Because like, there are different shades from Citadel that are supposed to go together for like a shadow, mid-tone highlight, but they're all named different shit, so you don't know what goes with what. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point? But yeah, so instead of a dropper bottle, they have these, which for one thing, it's a miracle if you get this shut, because it always like keeps propped up at the back. So first you open it, and it can be hard to like open it without it like shaking and spilling everywhere. But when you open it, it's got this little like part of it so you can just dip your brush directly in it. Very cool. But if the paint's really thick, which because you never close this all the way, the paint gets so thick on these ones, and you want to like add an additive to it, you have to like get it out of the bottle somehow to add an additive to it. And it's fucking annoying. So yeah, I consider them to definitely be the Apple of miniature painting products, because like even though they're quality and you know what you're getting, you know you're getting quality and they are beginner friendly, if you want to like do anything more than just like exactly that, if you want to like modify anything or make it more, you know, or get more involved in it yourself, I guess, like you're kind of SOL. That is, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That is, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. There you go. All right, so we're gonna do the red next, and then we are gonna do a contrast paint on the white. The white's not gonna be a pure white. So let us get this red. So we are gonna be using blood red. So by the way, these are my cabochons. Because like, look at the color here and look at the color here. Not the same fucking color. You cannot tell from the label what the color is going to be. So we got these 3D printed orc heads and put them on top, but it's really, really thick, as you might be able to see. So I'm going to actually add some medium to this. And yeah, some of the Citadel colors are really thick as well. And if you want to add a medium to them, you're fucking shit out of luck. I mean, I found ways around it, but that's just me. All right, so yeah, we've got that. I'm gonna do a little spot of the medium. And we're gonna go in with my speed painting brush. And I'm just gonna mix some of the medium in until it is the correct consistency. I should have brought, yeah, that looks like that's correct consistency. You don't want to add too much because it's gonna get like really, really thin. Because like I'm not adding it to an entire bottle of paint. It's like adding thinner to just a little dab. I'm actually not going to do it with my speed painting brush because it's a bit too big. I'm going to do it with my liner brush because I don't want to get it all over his shirt. Red is the hardest. Same with nail polish. Red bleeds. So if I get any of this on his white shirt, when I go to like brighten it up and clean it up, it's just going to bleed through. So we have got to be really fucking careful. I think that's a black part I actually painted over, so I'll have to go back with black. Yeah, I've got to be so fucking careful with this. I don't want it to bleed. Then go all the way to the edge and make sure there's no white left. I'm gonna go in here. Spread this around. Get as full coverage as we can. The little white spot down there, what did I just drop? I just dropped a moon cat. Sorry if that was a little off screen. Maybe I'll, yeah, let's move my positioning a little closer. All right. So I want to go over and make sure that all the white spots are filled. Especially around like the edge here. One thing I love about this like handle that I use is that I'm able to kind of get at the minis from every angle, because when they're on their side, I can rest them against the handle and not against the mini itself. So that's really nice. I just like, I've been not using like handles for years. Not that I've like, you know, had periods of time where I painted for really long times. Usually I'd start a little project and kind of get bored and move on. Start another project months or years later. Because the mini hobby primarily was husbando. But he's always encouraged me to do it. And especially now that I have so much experience with nail polish and nail art, thought it was a great time to start doing it again. I used to be like, how do people freehand stuff on minis? And now I just do it because I'm so used to doing it on nails. All right. He is looking so good. We do have to get this just like little tiny edge around the hat. And mini painting, just like anything, I mean, obviously, some people have better manual dexterity than others, and there are big, you know, like there are people who have essential tremor, and there's people who are going to have a harder time painting minis for sure. But for the vast majority of us, it really just takes practice. I hear people say like, oh, I could never do that. I couldn't paint something so small. And you'd be surprised. At the things that you can learn to do. All right. Okay. We're going to do a few more touch-ups of his jacket, because especially when I turned him over, I could tell. Ugh. He had, oh, this needs a little more of a thorough cleaning. You want to get into painting pins? You started, but yeah, everything is small. So like painting like enamel type pins, that'd be so fucking cool. A lot of it's technique. You've got to learn how to do the thing, and then you can do the thing. I'm always excited when I find out that something's a technique and not a talent. I feel so empowered. Like making those little mini cat ears. You have all your enamel pin paints on a hollow taco rack. Like, okay, what are your enamel pin paints? Because, like, I've never even heard about painting pins. And now I want to do it. All right, we gotta go. We have more places to go deep into the crevasses of Oswald. Oswald, are you ready for me to get into your crevasses? Well, ready or not, here I come. Your crevasse. Into your crevasse I go. I'm threatening Oswald right now. Threatening him with a good time. He's got like a hole in his shirt, but that's fine because we're going to be like aging his shirt anyway. We're going to age you. All right. Go. And is that... I'm going to go in with black here on the edge because I think that it might need some red. But let's just go in with black. I don't think on these edges it's going to matter that much. All right, fantastic. I think that I still need to do some work on the white, but his like base is done. Like we have blocked out the color on this man. He is blocked. They're just like enamel paints from Michael's. Nothing fancy for you yet. And you have glow powder to mix with the paints and they glow in the dark. Oh my God. Do you have some pictures that you can post in the Discord of some of the painting you've done? Hello, Justine. Lurking and working. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're doing something a bit different today. I'm painting this glowing one from Fallout. And having a good time. I'm enjoying it. He's looking good. Thank you for your lurking. All right. Excuse me, I'm all snuffly. All right, for his stuff, I think I'm going to use Blinding Light. I have Blinding Light and Holy White. They look exactly the same on camera. But to me, Blinding Light looks whiter. All right. Let me know if and when you post it, because I would love to see it. I didn't even know enamel paints existed, but I am a little bit stupid. I don't know a lot of things exist. Why wouldn't enamel paints exist? I'm not really stupid. I just play stupid on TV. All right. We've got Blinding Light here, and I also think that this is going to be better painted on with a smaller brush. No, I hate it when the brush, like, flares out like that. Okay. And if I want this to be a brighter white, I'll go back in and highlight it with white again. But these contrast paints especially do a great job of shading for white. And in general, I tend to like the white I end up getting with the contrast paints. But yeah, I think for this guy, I will probably want to go back and highlight with white. But his gloves are supposed to be pretty old. So a lot of these ghouls, like in the show, they are pre-war. They're from before. All right. Let's see your pin work. That's so fucking cool. Oh my God. All right, I'm going to open this and show it off. All right, new hobby incoming. I should do this. What does Grizz mean? What is Grizz? I was talking to my sister about the things that her students say, by the way, and she said that Riz only lasted 1 year. He's a DJ. All right, hello, Allie. Hello. This is so cool. I never knew you could paint your own pins. I had no idea. Danny, hello. I love you. How are you doing? This
That's
Sunday.
my purse. I don't know
This Sunday, Danny, let's record. This last podcast episode was so fucking funny. I thought it was the fucking funniest. Like, I think it was one of the funniest episodes we've put out. Yes. Oh, you do car models? Jesus Christ. Podcast. Your white blood cells have lost. Wait, hold on. I didn't do this right. Wait. What are you sick with? Did you get the Rona? Is Miss Rona visiting you? Oh my god, I accidentally got some of this gray on the hat. I'll have to go back. Unknown plague. Yes, do take the Rona test. I took the Rona test a while ago because I was feeling kind of sick. And I didn't have it. And maybe you'll be like me. And also not have it. I hope you don't. Hello, Allie. Allie has a new video curated collection themed around Samurai Jack. If you feel like sharing a link to that, please go for it. Thank you, Miss Shania, for following. I gotta get deep in this crevasse. Your crevasses, Oswald. They're so deep. I should have probably painted this particular crevasse before I went in with the red. But it's okay. You level up your middle-aged mom status. How so? That, you know, Selena, that is exactly what happens with with painting it on minis as well. It just dries too fast. You're rewatching it and both kids like it too. Oh, that's amazing. I liked almost everything that my mom ever put on, and she acts like I never have taken her advice or liked anything that she's shown me. Like half of the movies that I love aren't things that she showed me. Like if you've noticed that I have taste, I love movies from the 70s. It's because of my mom. Because she loved movies from the 70s because she was from the 70s. Anyway. Remember that both your kids liked this. Remember. It's too late to wish people a brat summer. I'm so sorry.
Would you like to try some enamel paints?
I mean, I'm not live on stream on this model that I want to look good, but I guess we have enamel paints.
This collection of fluorescent enamels.
Ooh, fluorescent enamels. Perfect. If I want to start painting pins, because you all know how I feel about that. Thank you, husbando. I love you. They are objectively excellent movies, Jube. I hardly know anything about Brat. Why is it? What's a Brat Summer? How a Brat Summer? Explain the Brat Summer. Lilu, thank you so much for the resub.
It's way hotter and better than
That'd be great. I think my area's a little cooler, but yeah. All right, yeah, I would love that. Thank you. I have not seen Samurai Jack, and I should. My God, Danny, why do they make you go to school when you're sick? They should not do that. They shouldn't even let you go to school when you're sick. Thank you, my beloved. You're amazing. Oh, it is so much nicer. Holy shit. Okay.
Would it be alright if I opened one of your windows?
I think it'd be okay. I have pretty good noise canceling. I have pretty good, like, noise gate. We're gonna do some touch-ups.
Not gonna do that because the screen is broken and I don't want the cats to get it.
Oh no! Well, fuck. The screen in my window is broken, so we can't open it right now or else the cats will get out. If you didn't hear Husbando say that. Alright. There, that hat looks good as new. Okay. He's right here. Isn't he cute? Lily, have you played Fallout 4? This is Oswald the Outrageous from Nuka World. After Brat Summer, you propose Angel Autumn. Teachers need so much PTO. Teachers shouldn't even have to work. Okay, that would be ridiculous. They wouldn't even be teachers then. You haven't played the Fallouts. Well, this is a glowing one. This is a glowing ghoul. You should play them. They're very fun. You'd be so good at painting pins compared to your tiny painting skills. Remember the Midsummer nail art? That smiley face is the best you got. That smiley face was incredible. Your Midsummer nail art is incredible. I love it. I will not hear a negative word about it. Danny made a meme out of it. That's how powerful it was. That was how powerful. I'm going back to make sure I've got everybody's messages. But yeah, I fucking love Fallout. My favorite Fallout is anymore. It's either Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. Thank you so much for the train, everybody. Thank you, Jadoob, for the resub. Oh my goodness. Everybody, if you give 100 biddies or a sub, you sub yourself or you gift a sub, you could get a new emote. You should be getting new emotes. They're out now. Just make sure that you open up your chest. They give you treasure chests now with your emotes. So yeah. You want to see the meme? You've been offline. Let me show you the meme.
Cheered Dex 100.
Thank you so much, Allie. Thank you. Let me show you the meme. I guess I'll just go back in the chat with Danny. Because I sent it to Danny. And then she just made the meme and sent it back to me. And it was so fucking funny. I just like, yeah, okay. I'm gonna open this in browser. This is what Danny made. And Danny wants to turn it into an emote on her channel if you'll let her. I'm fine, I swear. Like, the thing is that, like, the smudging and stuff, like, it really makes it work. It really makes it work. I love this so much. It is so fun. When she said this to me, I just, like, laughed out loud. Oh, I love it so much. Oh my god, I can't get over it. I'm fine, I swear. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. All right, what should we do next to this guy? I guess it's time to start. Well, either it's highlight his white or start working on his glow. That's your face every day when you look in the mirror. Your eyes just bleeding out of your eye socket. I understand. We've all been there. Let me look at another shot of, what's his name? Oswald? Oswald, the truly outrageous. Outrageous. Images. Her and Weird Girl. Yes. Hello, Itchy Caresses. Hello. We're doing mini painting today. This is Oswald the Outrageous. And now I've got to make him glow. So he glows the brightest from his little eyeballs. And his mouth and his nose. I have just refreshed myself on how doing glow effects work. So we are going to do that. See, the little Midsummer is like, I'm fine, I swear. And like the Weird Girl is like, I'm literally living my best life. I'm literally having the time of my life. And I owe it all to that guy in the Lion King parade who gave me a tambourine. I owe it all to him. So we are going to go in with white. I'm going to thin it with just a little bit of water, a little bit of distilled water. This is my water. You start painting nails, you can tell you haven't been feeling good because you're rocking. Oh my god, yeah. Look at my chipped nail. Now, I just chipped this right before I started. So it's not like... It ain't always like that. It is like that now, though. All right, let's thin that out. You still got the gel nails on. Good for you. And I owe it all to you. Where's my kazoo? I don't know where a kazoo is. This is a tragedy. A travesty. Oh, it's right there. I love the part in Get Out. If you've all seen Get Out, where that dude's ex-girlfriend who lured him into the trap is listening to that song. It cracks me up. All right. We gotta go deep now. We gotta, whoa. We gotta go deep into the trenches of this guy's face. Sorry if you're not able to see him very well. It's very small. I'm using my babyest brush. Oh my god, Jadoob, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you. Let's see where we are in this hype train. We just got into level 2. And I do believe that the emotes change depending on the level. All right. I don't know how I'm going to get... How am I going to get all the way up this guy's nose? I'll probably have to do a few... I'm probably going to have to do a few layers. It doesn't need to be perfect. We can also get in there and wipe a little bit of this white away. We've also got to get into his little tiny eyes. His beady little eyes. And then we also got to get kind of into his mouth. His mouth is like pretty closed. But these are the lightest spots that he has on his face. So now we are going... Yes, happy September, everybody. Your nails have inner beauty. They do. You should paint your nails, but you do not paint and eat. Yes, you've seen Get Out. Everybody should see Get Out. I love Get Out by Jordan Peele. I don't love Us by Jordan Peele. There were way too many loose ends in that movie. I don't know if y'all agree about the loose ends in Us, but I feel like there are way too many loose ends in Us. Like, I don't buy Us. Thank you. I'm so glad. There's only one person I've ever met who like doesn't agree with me on this, and it's the person who showed me Us. And I was just like, this doesn't work. Okay, we are gonna get under this hat because we're doing a glow effect. In my humble opinion, glow effects are hard. I've done a few of them really, really well, and then I tried to do it again, and I did it really, really badly. Actually, I still have that white there, so I don't think I need, like, more white than that. So we're gonna mix a bunch of white here, because we basically want this to be like a white glaze. We don't want it to be thick at all. Because basically what we're doing is we're drawing the reflection of this guy's glow. The edge of his hat is supposed to be the brightest glow, but I don't think it's supposed to be that bright. So I'm going to attempt very hard to kind of break this down. Acrylic paints will dissolve with alcohol, but they dissolve too much. So it is kind of like going in with acetone. I might need to go back with some black and fix this a bit. I should have made it kind of a dry brush, but I didn't. Yeah, in Us, like, spoiler alert for Us, like, there's, like, people on the surface and there's people, like, underground, and, like, the people underground, like, have a person they're connected to on the surface, and, like, they do everything that person does, and they only eat rabbits, but they just, like, rip them apart with their bare hands, and it just doesn't make any fucking sense. And I know it's supposed to be kind of like an allegory, but it needs to make a little bit of sense. Yeah, it is, like, freaky. Thank you so much for the hype train, everybody. Make sure you open your hype chest and get your emote and show me the emote that you got. I got this frog. This frog. Yeah, I do think that the tunnels are freaky. And I do think there's a lot of freaky parts of Get Out. And I do think that the dad is, like, super fucking hot. So, like, that was nice. But other than that, it was not really the business. I do want to add a few more spots of glow for this guy. So the glow is coming from inside his face. So if we see some, like, really deep spots in his face, we could add some glow. Yeah, I think it's gonna look good. All right. And because I'm no. This is another reason I fucking hate Citadel paints. That's all my black. You just can knock these over, and they're just knocked over, and they're just fucking open. I hate Citadel paints so fucking much. Why do they do it this way? Oh my god. Yes, Jojo. You got your little doggy? Alright, well, let's wipe this up. No use crying over a shit ton of spilt paint. It's okay, Danny. It's okay. We're surviving. We're thriving. I've done this so many times, and Husbando points out that most of our paints get really dried out, and these paints are not like nail polish. You can't reconstitute a acrylic paint. This was my favorite black, though. There still is a bit left in there. But yeah, you can't reconstitute an acrylic paint like a nail polish. So we do end up just throwing out, you know, and not using quite a bit of paint. Like, usually don't throw it out very fast, but yeah, I would say like about half of any given paint bottle doesn't get used. Oh, am I still streaming to Beauty and Body Art? Husbando says I am. I didn't save it when I changed it to Makers and Crafting. I'm so dumb. I'm not actually dumb. I just feel that way sometimes. Oh my goodness. Cheesy crazy. What the hell? Gidge butt. Painting polish told me earlier too, and I thought I changed it, but apparently I didn't. I cannot believe I spilled all that. It's so stupid. I fucking hate Citadel paints. I'll say it again. Citadel, sell things in dropper bottles. Please. For the love of God. No, husbando. Husbando set that to me in a text. No, it was set to that. I went in and I opened up the thing and I pressed that I wanted makers and crafting, but then I didn't actually save it. All right. So we're going to be going in with this green fluorescent. I have a green fluorescent, and I also have a yellow fluorescent. And I actually have 2 different green fluorescents. This one does look a little better, but these Vallejos are really thick sometimes. They should do a Citadel professional paint line and put it in dropper bottles. They absolutely should, Hubris. Seriously, I'm so sick of knocking these over. And the other day, I got I got a bottle that's usually in this size bottle or bigger, but it only came in like the smaller bottle. And it was like, well, it'd be nicer if it came in the bigger bottle, but the smaller bottles are harder to tip over. So honestly, you keep thinking Citadel and Mass Effect. Well, those are not my favorite paints on the Citadel, I will say. They are not. As you should, because Citadel sucks. Like, they're good, but also they suck. Unlike Monument Hobbies, which is the Orly of mini paints. Huge bottles, great quality. They think of everything. All right. I'm gonna go in with this little baby bitch brush. This is quite thick. In fact, like, I'm not used to fluorescent paints being that thick. And it is kind of freaking me out that it's so thick. So I think I am going to go with... This is also Vallejo, but it's just a different line. This is their Mecha color line. And I think it might be made for airbrushes. I just got a call, and there's a preschool spot available for your son. Amazing. Congratulations. Is it like a fancy preschool? Or just like a normal preschool? So let's go in with my liner brush. And I think we are going to paint the whole face with the fluorescent. But... So am I going to paint the whole face with the fluorescent? I mean, I'm already kind of doing it. The white parts are going to shine through more, though. And I might do, like, a dry brushing over it. I'm not sure. Let's do the whole thing. These are thin enough to basically be a wash. But then we're going to do a few more layers of, like, adding white and brightening. And the brightest areas are actually going to be in a yellow. And maybe I won't go around and paint white where the reflection's going to be, because I did watch a video where somebody just did it with the paint itself, and it looked really good. So let's see how we want to do this. Thank you. Oh, he goes to a developmental program. Oh, enjoy your debate party. Who's watching the debate tonight? I am not going to watch the whole debate tonight. I'll probably watch like highlights somewhere because I don't have time for my brain to deal with that bullshit. I don't have time for my brain. I just don't want, I don't like hearing that man's voice too much. It's part of the county special ed. Oh, that's amazing. So is it like free to you? You just had to be on like a wait list? Everybody should get free preschool. Everybody should get free childcare. It's so ridiculous to me. Especially, like, not to get too serious, but it's just so fucked up that, like, people want to restrict a woman's right to choose, even to the point of wanting to make it harder to get birth control. And yet we have so few programs for people to, like, have children successfully. And it's just like, literally, why do you hate humans? You'd like to see Harris debating at someone intelligent, not this debate. I am looking forward. Yeah, that's so, yeah, it absolutely should be free for everybody. I'm really looking forward to her to, like, handing his ass to him. Like, of course I would like to see her debating at somebody intelligent, but, like, after, like, fucking Biden, who, like, after just the embarrassing time that we have had with, like, the Biden versus Trump, which is, like, which, like, absolutely, like, which embarrassing old man do you want? Your racist grandpa or your less racist grandpa? Same with proper early childcare. A lot of things can be recognized and children can get the services they need to be successful. You wish you would have to make parents cry like you did today and told them your high schooler can't do basic math. Oh my fucking God. It's ridiculous. No debate, dog park night. Hell yeah, hell yeah. If I had to hear someone barking, I prefer it to be a doodle of some kind. Amen. You were a childcare provider. It's ridiculously hard to qualify for subsidized childcare. It's so dumb. Why do they do that? All right, I'm gonna try taking this, drying it off quite a bit, and then I'm going to try just building up some glow. The edge is always going to be the brightest part of the glow. So the edge of this hat should be the most, but we're going to do the whole, all around the hat, all around the underside of the hat. The hat needs a little bit of touching up, but I am going to be adding some spots and stuff to his outfit. Hopefully I didn't get... I am probably also going to darken right up against his head, just to kind of emphasize some of the glow. Because, like, it's easier to do a glow effect on, like, against dark stuff, because it gives you contrast. Yeah, we're already starting to get glow. And we're also going to do it against this glove, of course. And against the edge of his shirt. There's a little bit of black back here I need to do. As Nailed It Guys was saying, you always got to color the taint. Get that taint in there, or out of there, or whatever. All the parents you were working with here were students with jobs, and none of them qualified. That sucks so bad. Paint that taint! Exactly. Exactly. No, it should just be free. Why do you need to prove that you need your child to be watched? You don't need to prove that you need your child to go to public school. Although I wouldn't be surprised if some people are, I mean, they are basically trying to, like, change that. Luckily, it doesn't seem to be on the top of most people's list. They just want, like, more rights for their freaking stupid private schools. The private schools that I went to, because I went to a few private schools, were not as good as public schools. And they were always telling my mom, because I had some issues as a kid, like, oh, we're going to be perfect for your daughter. Because we have all this expert staff and we'll do anything. And they just didn't. And the public school was great. I loved it. And I know that's not everybody's public school experience. But it was mine. All right. All right. So we can get some more white. This white might be in need of a bit more water. Come on. There we go. It could be if the money went where it's needed. Absolutely. Yeah, like I went to mostly Irvine public schools, and Irvine is just a very, like, it's not the bougiest place, but it is, like, probably one of the most family-oriented cities in, like, America. I know it was ranked the safest city in America a few times. Like, I maybe put a little too much water in that. She ain't basic, Irvine. Are you from Irvine too, Chadoob? Nowadays, I feel like it's mostly known for tech companies. We have tons of tech companies here now. Well, not here. I'm in Anaheim, but, like, Anaheim is, like, a little bit, not hardly far from Irvine. Ah, too much white. Too much white. Oh, your father's side of the family was. Which high school did he go to? Was it university? I didn't go to university. But most old people did. Wait, Anaheim or San Marino? I'm in Anaheim, Anaheim. The one, the only Anaheim. Oh, no worries. Anaheim's a big place. But as a Disney person, I'm very proud to be from Anaheim. I mean, I guess I know, University High School is really funny. Oh, okay. Well, it's really close to UCI. That's why they call it University High School. All right, we're adding a little more green fluorescent up here. I need some green fluorescent back there. The green fluorescent's going to be a little more visible in front. And then going towards the back, we're going to really focus it on the brim. And then I think I will go in and add a bit of white. Oop, make it a little on the top. Fluorescent's tough because, like, the pigment will glow, even if you don't see it to your naked eye. If you go back and, like, use a black light, you'll, like, see all your mistakes. I don't feel like I did a good job with his mouth here. He looks kind of sad. Might need to go back in there with a little contrast paint or something to make that white a little less apparent. All right. We're going to get some of this reflection onto this tie. And onto the back side of this arm. So yeah, we're going to spread out just a little bit of this fluorescent. This is absolutely a trust the process scenario. It is not easy. Like, nah, I guess it's not easy. It's not even one of those things where it's like, it's just a technique you gotta master. I mean, it is. But I don't think this is easy. I'm also gonna have to do some on the red. I'm not looking forward to doing glow effects on red. Green glow effects on red? I think not. Husbando, if you're listening, could you bring me some of the green shade? Some of the, like, Citadel green shade? So I want to use a little bit, and maybe some Nuln Oil, too. I want to use a little bit on his face. I've, like, used a little too much white on his mouth, and I hate saying this, but he's giving me slight minstrel vibes. And I don't like minstrel vibes, slight or not. So you're not easy, you're doing an impossible nail art. So you gave up in a very silly way. Okay, how is it impossible? How did you give up? How and how? Yeah, don't try to do impossible things and need to rest. Save the impossible things for when you're not resting. Hello, thank you so much. Oh, perfect. Thank you. All right. You know our nail polish collections? That's what our that is what our paint collection is like. I think Bealtan Green is what we're gonna do. You have no idea how this person fits as many letters across their nail, so you cut out a bunch of letters on the words and you think it's funny, and they hope they think it's funny. Okay, I'm so excited to see this. I'm gonna let his face dry a little bit, and I guess I'm gonna start doing the fluorescent on his jacket and stuff. On the red, which I don't want to do, but I'm gonna do anyway. You need more black on your hat. sir. I keep fucking up his hat. Luckily, I've got such a nice supply of black paint that I've gotten into my palette already. Thank you, thank you. All right. I'm excited to see your picture when you're done. Is this for Manny hunting? I stopped doing Manny hunting. I stopped doing most collabs except for a number of birthday collabs. I did co-host the Plus Life Lacquer Summer's birthday collab. And I was very happy to do that because I love Summer. And I was so honored to be asked to join up as one of the mods or whatever. It was just really great. I wish Summer lived around here because I've been regaling her with stories about our Fallout RPG. And she's really entertained by it, and she loves Fallout too. I'm gonna get just like the very top of his shirt. And then I think I'm gonna like do some of this green on the red, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need to put some white on the red to really make it pop. There's a few places I'm gonna need to put white on to really make it pop. But when I do, it's gonna really pop. You'll see. Glow effects are just a lot of glazing and going back and glazing and going back. I'm gonna edit the focus a little bit. There we go. You gave out Manny hunting too. Birthday collab. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's too scary because they're like, you're gonna get banned if you like miss because you're doing it for somebody. And I totally respect that because you are, with Manny hunting, you find somebody else's Manny and you like recreate it. And like, yeah, I totally get it. If somebody signs up for Manny hunting and nobody hunts their Mannies, that's a total bummer. But it is too much for me. So although I respect their ways, it is not for me. We're also going to get a little bit of the glow here on the edge of this guy's suit. He's got some edges that pop up, and they would definitely be catching the cast of his glow. I am beginning to believe in this glow effect. I'm beginning to believe in it. I think it's going to work. All right. We're going to get a lot of paint off of this brush. And we're going in. Still not enough paint off the brush. I really wanted to go in just on the edges. With this white, but this will be fine though. Thank you. I'm so glad you believe in the glow effect. All right. We're doing some like real dry brushing now. I maybe should use some thicker paint. for real dry brushing. Ugh, but this is like too splayed. All right, what brush should I use for the dry brushing? What shall I use? I don't fucking know. May Adam's light shine upon you. Thank you. Praise Adam. We watched this one Fallout channel, and I don't know what it's called, because usually Husbando puts it on. But, like, he like, kind of, like, RPs a believer of Adam. And I think it's very funny. I really like it when YouTube channels, like, have their own little RP that they're doing in addition to their video. I think it's really fun. All right, we're kind of getting it now. Except for how I just did that is not getting it. In Fallout 4, well, in all the Fallouts, in most of the Fallouts, I don't know. In some Fallout games, in some of the Fallout games, there are people called the Children of Adam. And they, like, pray to nuclear power. To the god of the nuclear fallout. And they're very entertaining. And they're not always entertaining. After I do the glow effect, I'm just going to go around the hat and I'm going to just darken it. But yeah, let's get in here with the green. We're going to glaze with the green here. The only reason I haven't been believing in the glow effect... Actually, I got too much water in here. Is because recently I tried to do a glow effect on this other mini, and it didn't quite work out, but I wasn't doing it how I usually do it. I was doing it in a better way, but sometimes you're like, I'm going to do this in the better way, and it's actually the worst way. That's what they don't tell you. Sometimes the better way is worse. Sometimes the beginner-friendly way is better for beginners and beyond. Let's glaze this. $4.20 glaze it. They're praying at Homer's job, basically. For some reason, you're imagining the Children of Adam as Simpson-style animation. They would make a good one. They wear, like, colanders sometimes, and it's kind of like, are you praying to Adam, or are you praying to, the flying spaghetti monster? When I first found out about the flying spaghetti monster, I was so in love. I should not have done it this bright. I'm gonna have to paint his face. I already was, but like I'm gonna have to paint his face. Because the area that you're highlighting cannot be like brighter than the source light. That is one rule of the glow effect. Is that it can't be as bright. Okay. We're just gonna try to edge this a bit. There's one painting channel that I like to watch, and they have shirts that say I love edging and I love rimming. I specifically want an I love edging shirt. And that's just kind of like painting up the edge Like highlight the edge. Yes, pastafarians. Rimming is painting around the rim of the model, like painting it black. I love it. All right, that should be enough there. I'm gonna do some white on the edge of this as well over here. All right. So let's go in and do another layer of this. Like, I feel like it should be glowing onto his shirt there, but I'm just gonna kind of like have it mostly come from the front. You think there's a double meaning in that? That's what the kids mean by rimming. Yep. Join right as you say, I want a I love edging shirt. Yep. 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 Well, I'm doing some edging right now, as you will see. I'm also going to do some shading right now. We're going to shade this guy's face so that he has less of the weird look I gave him. We're going to shade the corner of his mouth. And we're going to shade the top of his mouth. And I'm also going to go around to like here where I over painted this white, and I'm going to do a little bit of shading in here. So this is a shade. It just kind of like goes into the recesses and makes them darker. Very, very useful. Speaking of the glow, you're so excited to get glowing fungus from Plus Life Lacquer soon. You fell in love when you saw it using my birthday collab. I hope you love it. I hope you love it, love it, love it. Are you getting anything except for glowing fungus? From Plus Life? I fucking love Plus Life. All right. Okay, his mouth looks so much better. We're going to get into his nose. So we want the brightest parts of his face to actually be white. Not that bright white. This eye over on the side always has problems. Every time. And I kind of want to do his mouth again. But I'm really worried it's going to have menstrual vibes again. And I am not about that life. I'm going to get a little bit like of this silicone tool and see if I can kind of like shape that paint I just put there. Yeah. There we go. That's more what I want. Perfection. You got Raccoon City Rookie, Ivy Zombie, Cola Wars, 2 mysteries. It's your first order from them. Get the Mush Mom. Oh yeah, you didn't get Mush Mom. The beans. Well, Summer will be so excited. She absolutely loves that Resident Evil collection. I got the Resident Evil collection in PR. It's so beautiful. Oh no, too much water, too much water. It always happens to me. This always happens to me when I use too much water. Surprised Pikachu face. Ivy Zombie is beautiful. It's beautiful. I really like Ivy Zombie. I guess I'm going to use a little bit of this contrast black since I have so much of it right here. I'm going to get a lot of it off my brush. So I just want to kind of darken this area right next to this ghoul's head. But yeah, glowing fungus glows so well for me. I was loving it in the bedroom. Like, when I went to bed. As you do. All right, we're going to do a little bit of rimming, Nick, so pay attention. Learn from the master. So I'm going to, Do you guys want to hear a dirty story about an ex-boyfriend? Who shall not be named? Not that I'm usually naming my ex-boyfriends or girlfriends. I don't even use Husbando's name. Of course, okay. So I had a boyfriend who, not mini painting style, but sex style, really loved rimming. And one time, him and his friends were talking about that. And they were all stoned, because they always were. And they were like a bunch of his friends were talking about how gross they thought rimming was. And he, like, his stoned voice was like, I'm just like Ribosaurus Rex over here. And I was just like, oh my god. Oftentimes people do these glow effects in airbrush. Not gonna lie, kind of wish I had one. Or I do have one, but kind of wish I used it. Wait, one-winged... Oh, I don't remember one-winged angel. Are you talking about Plus Life Lacquer in the midst of all this rimming discussion? Someday someone's gonna tell him, like, hey, did you know your ex-girlfriend streams? And he's gonna come here, and we're all gonna be making Rimosaurus Rex jokes, and he's gonna be like, that fucking bitch. I feel like this needs a little more white, actually. Oh, great Crelly. It's okay, though. You'll never know who he is. You know what? Yeah, like... He wasn't the world's best boyfriend. But he also wasn't the worst. I kept the world's best boyfriend. You can't have him. All right. Do even more glazing. This is now the glazing channel. Welcome to the glazing channel, where we glaze all day. No end to our glazing. I wish I got like a better gradient from like this white to red. Because, like, I'm kind of worried that it's not even going to read as part of the shirt. So I might... I did bring some red paint up here. Some, like, normal-ass red paint. You made some great jelly sandwich nails, but not very close to the recreation. You might scrape them off and start over again. You know what? Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. I'm gonna make a glaze out of this red here. So I'm gonna put a tiny bit of water with my red. And I'm going to thin it down until it's quite thin. And then I'm going to just kind of like... No, I have some.
Okay.
Thank you, though. Yeah, we're getting that looking a little bit more natural. Let me close this red paint before I knock it the fuck over. All right, let me see. I'll check Discord right now. Oh, I'm already in our chat. Sorry, Danny, I love this. Do you not think that your intended target would be so amused by these? You made me ho 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 like Santa. I think that these are incredible. I can't share them because secret, but I fucking love this. It's incredible. It's so good, Danny. I love it so much. I'm gonna get out of this chat now. So in case I share my screen, people don't see that. Because I don't want them to have their surprise ruined. Okay. I am... Man, this paint dried so fast. Oh my god. We're gonna get this gradient a little more gradiented. And then I think we're gonna need to mix some of this red with white. Keep it secret, keep it safe, absolutely. Let's mix some of the red with the white. I think part of the reason that dried so fast is that my paints are like in the direct path of this fan. There we go. So Danny, I found out this last Thursday that Zardoz was directed by the same guy who did Deliverance. I don't know if you know about Deliverance. But if you ever hear somebody saying they're going to make someone squeal like a pig, that's like a Deliverance reference. And that they use the success of Deliverance to make Zardoz. So now I'm going to see Deliverance. It's the law. I was wondering, like last night I had some time to myself And I was thinking I should watch something, and I should have put on Deliverance. Yes, yes, that Deliverance, that Deliverance. You want to see it? You think maybe? Yeah, I hear that, like, people say that the hillbilly people are the scary part, but my friend says that it's actually, like, a very different thing that's really scary about it. So I'm excited to watch it. I'm really excited to watch it. And I've had it on my list for years because I'm like, I should watch this. Everyone knows it. It's all about the banjos. The friend who told me about it plays banjo, including the Deliverance theme. Okay. I might go back over this with the red that I originally painted it. But for now, we're just kind of trying to clean up this glow effect a bit to make it look a little more natural. To definitely behave a little bit differently against like this area of this jacket. Whew. I think that standing back from this, it does look like a good glow. No, I must, yeah. I've never seen it. Mandatory for banjo players, like scare away for electric guitarists. You're right, you're right. All right, add Deliverance to the list. There's a Deliverance joke in fucking Rocko's Modern Life, the children's show from Nickelodeon. Now, Rocko's Modern Life had like tons of like adult jokes. Like, there was a game, like at one point, somebody like goes into, like they enter somebody's house, and it's like Rocco and Filbert and Heifer all sitting around a table, and they're like playing a board game, and they all have like ping pong paddles, and in the middle is a monkey with a big old round ass sitting out. And it's like, are they playing Spank the Monkey? Also, the fast food restaurant in that show is called Choky Chicken. So, yeah, there were some freaks. The freaks working on that show. I mean, the fact that they make those jokes don't make them freaks, but the fact that it was on a children's TV network, little sus, my dudes. Tiniest bit sus. Also, there's, of course, the phone sex operator part. In the first fucking episode of Rocko's Modern Life, in the first episode, he's looking for a new job. And, like, he replies to a listing for a, quote, phone operator. And then, like, next shot is him, like, on the phone being like, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. And then, like, it's his neighbor, Mrs. Bighead. You gotta throw in some amusing references with the parents, yeah. Like, I absolutely didn't know what those things meant when I was a kid. So, like, do I really care that I saw it as a kid? No. But at the same time, I fucking loved Rocko's Modern Life. That was, like, until Angry Beavers came along, that was my favorite cartoon. But then Angry Beavers did come along. And that became my favorite. I do wish this glow effect looked a little better, but you know, I fucking love Angry Beavers. Danny, are you more of a Norbert or more of a Daggett? We should rewatch it sometime together. We were looking through like some actor names in Angry Beavers. Like, I think we were just like looking up like some actors that were in something we were in, and then Hubs was like, "Oh, this person was in Angry Beavers," and I was like, "Who were they in Angry Beavers? You remember which one is? If you remember which one is which, you are a Norbert who wishes she was a Daggett. Wait, so you're the smoother one or the more frantic one? Because Daggett's the more frantic one, and I think that I'm a Daggett. But I think sometimes I come off as a Norbert. But my cousin and I were the ones, the cousin that I talked about. Remember when we were talking in the podcast about cousins that aren't real cousins? That's the cousin. My cousin Jesse was more of a Norbert. You're frantic, but you want to be chill. Yeah, I think we're a couple of Daggets. I think that people think I'm a Norbert. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just like the energy. Y'all, do you get cool person from me or frantic weirdo? Or, I mean, you probably get... You can't just, you know, completely name yourself a TV character. Oh man, I painted over the glow effect in here. That's okay. I thought I wasn't, but I was. That's okay. I'll go back and freshen it up a touch. He does look a little like he's just got some like slime. Some slime taking over him. We've got some Nuln Oil, but it's gloss Nuln Oil. What do I want to do? You need to Google them now. My cousin was like not a weirdo. That was the difference between my cousin and I. We both loved each other very much. And still do. But I'm a weirdo and she's not. That's the difference. That's my impression of the Angry Beavers theme song. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you loved it. My God. Look at this black paint. It's like dried on the top. Thank you. Angry Beavers. So what I do is I remember way too much about the media that I love. That's my power. My old therapist just used to be like, how do you remember all this stuff? And I'm like, it's in the part of my brain that like needs to walk in. The part of my brain that like leaves one thing in the house every single time I'm heading to the car. I'm like, oh, I gotta go. Oh wait, I left my phone. Then I go back and then I'm like, oh wait, I left my keys. Then I go back and I'm like, oh wait, I left this other thing. Your husband's the same way. I'm not surprised. If only there was a word for the disorder we suffer from. All right. All right. I'm still not as good at the glow effect as I want to be. So I guess I just got to start using a fucking airbrush. I guess that's just how... I guess that's just how we gotta be. I just gotta... It starts with the A and ends with the DD, exactly. I think you'll find that I end with a triple D, Danny. Always. Did you know that bra sizes are dumb? Because I do. Because, like, in plus size bras, I'm a triple D. But if, like, I, like, try to do a regular bra sizing, they're like, you're, like, a K. But, like, if I order a bra in my size in, like, a K, that's a no. I kind of want to see, hold on, I'm going to use this other green fluorescent, right? I've heard that just like plus size bras and regular bras have like different sizes, but like I swear to God, like there's nothing that like bugs me more than when people just like assume that their experience is immutable. And they're like, well, it's really easy. You just do this. And it's like, but it's different for plus sizes. And they're just like, what? And I'm like, look, I don't know what to tell you. I've sized my own bra a bajillion times. And it does seem to just be different for plus sizes. Maybe if I'd used this fluorescent paint the whole time. Because this one's a bit thicker, and I was thinking that maybe it wouldn't be as good. But actually, if it's thicker, maybe it'll do kind of like a better effect. This is a bit too big. Where's that little bitty? Here's this little bitty brush. Come on, little bitty brush. I hate when their little bristles splay. It makes me so sad. Yes, bra sizes are dumb. Especially when you've got to fucking convert them. Have I found the secret? Is the secret this other green paint? Because you can like build it up and gradient it out? It might be. Yes, that is much thicker. On his arm. Y'all, I think I found the secret. I think I might have saved my glow effect. I just want it to look glowy and not so like chunky. Right now it's looking quite chunky. I could fix this all if I had an airbrush. Or if I used an airbrush. I do have an airbrush. I just don't use the airbrush. My God, I should have been doing this the whole damn time. But you know, you live and you learn. You get better at things. Right? Danny and I have talked about this a lot, where it's like, you think that sometimes you'll be using something that you think should be working, like a nail polish or something. You're like using Sesh Vite or whatever, and you're like, everybody loves this, so I should love it too, right? But you don't, and you're like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I love this like everybody else loves it? Why are my results not the same? And sometimes it's just not as good for you. Sometimes it's not you. It's like the thing you're using. And so I think that's what was happening here. Is I was like, I'm the problem here. But no. The stuff I was using was the problem here. All right, come on. Get a little more. I just want to get a little gradiented. Just like with nail art, sometimes you're just kind of like generally putting the brush in the right direction and hoping that it works, you know? You're just kind of like hoping and praying that it's all going to work out. And then sometimes it does. And honestly, let me see if I can get you guys. I'm pretty happy with his glowingness. I guess I need a little more on his arm. The stuff that's like facing his actual face. That would be good. Get more of your stuff on your arm. And although inside that shirt doesn't need to be green, I kind of want it to be green. All right, and now we've got to kind of go around him and like do a little bit of like filling in gaps. Had to head out for Tiny Tuesday at the dog park. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's get in here and do a little bit of cleanup. We've got this blackout again after I dumped it everywhere. What time is it? 5:34. The nice thing about mini painting is I don't have to finish it all on stream. Unlike nail painting, where it's like, well, I can't end like this. I can't just like not have my top coat on. For minis, it does not matter. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with his glow, honestly. Let me get some more blood red to work on his red areas, and we're gonna need a little more medium because that blood red is so thick. Okay, speed paint medium. Put him right there. We'll get in here with my tiny liner brush. Make it nice and pointy. Go around his hat. Make sure all the little white spots are filled in. Because, yeah, for some reason, I always have to go back with speed paints and make sure that, like, there's no little white spots left over. Because there's always one or two or more that are just like, hello, I bet you thought that you finished painting. Surprise, motherfucker! You did not, in fact, finish painting. All right, I need a little more white, I think, because I'm going to just, like, do a little work on his gloves, I think, to make them look just a little tiny bit more... little tiny bit more. You know what I mean? I'm sure you do. Let's take that, and we are going to make this like damn close to a dry brush. And then I'm just gonna paint across, make it even drier. I'm gonna paint across his hand so that we still get the details. Thank you. Let's go here, get it really close to dry. And then we're gonna go across the back of his hand. This could be smoother. And we're gonna go, well, his fingers are facing down, so actually they don't need any extra, but his thumb right here does. All right, and he is holding the handle to this sword. So let's perhaps paint the handle to this sword. Or actually, while we have this white, I'm just gonna go around his feet. Let's get this a little drier. I'm gonna go around his feet, and I'm going to correct a bunch of the area that we overpainted. So the shadows are still gonna be like kind of the color of his shoes. But that's okay, because like no one's really gonna be looking that closely. Also, like a little bit of like darkness around the feet of a model isn't a huge problem, because you can just kind of pass that off as a shadow. Thank you, thank you. I wish I could put on the black light so you all could see. But the glow effect's not really supposed to just be for black light. Like, if it was, then I would just paint him regular and use a black light. I'm hoping that someday I get to, like, master levels with glow effects. I think glow effects are super fucking cool. And I did buy a few. They sell these things called texture trainers, which are just like basically models you can paint and repaint. And I got one that has like an object that you can make that's like is easy to make glow and cast glow on other stuff. So I plan on painting that one a bunch of times and like just really getting good at this. But yeah, to get to be the best, I might need an airbrush. However, the guy who does the best effects I've seen on YouTube, he doesn't use an airbrush. So maybe I just need to get good, you know? All right, so yeah, the area around his feet is now lightened up. I am going to like add spots to his outfit, but I don't have all of my paints up here, so I'm not going to do all that right now. Let's see, we got 20 more minutes. I can't decide Like, I can't decide if I want the little sword hilt to be gold or silver. I only brought silver up. I could always ask Husbando to bring me some gold, but I'm just trying to decide if I want it to be gold or silver. I need to, like, file this edge of my nail. If only there was a way to do that in this space covered in nail products. You ever cut your nail too short and then, like, you get to the corner and you realize it's going to be, like, way too short? And so you have to kind of, like, do a little, like, U shape to, like, make it so it doesn't, like, dig into the side of your nail bed. That's what's happening to me right now. That area that I had to leave as, like, a U shape is growing out. All right, all right. What do I want to do with you, good sir? I guess I can just paint your sword silver. Find some gold paints? Is that what, Husbando, can you bring me glittering loot from the speed paints if you're listening? That is the gold I would like to use. I feel like I want the ribbon on his hat to be a little nicer. I don't know if I want to use the red that I brought up here to do that. But also, like, one of the really nice things about these Fallout minis is that if they look dingy, that's fine. That's actually totally canonically okay. Look at our ringleader and our lion. They're so good. Thank you, Husbando. Thank you, thank you. All right, all right. So we've got glittering loot here. And we can paint his little... Let's close this black up and don't have it knock over like last time. We got to get deep in there because his... Okay, I'm actually going to get my finer brush. You still don't like these nails? How these nails came out? Third time's a charm. You'll get it, Danny. I believe in you. Believe in the me that believes in you. I saw a car with a license plate, or not a license plate, a bumper sticker that said that the other day. There we go. Nothing like painting a tiny recessed object. Oh boy. Okay. So like he is basically, other than a little bit of like the aging, he's done. I think I am going to take a bigger brush though, and I'm going to do like a little bit more black on his back because it's just like not perfectly perfect. Actually, let me put some water on this first. It's not perfectly perfect, and I'd like it to be. So let's just do like a big brushing down his back, up his leg. This will kind of darken the black that's already on him, but I think that's okay. There we go. I am also sure it'll look really good. So yeah, he just needs his base done. His face isn't close enough to his base to really shine any light on it. And so I guess I did bring the color I wanted to make the rug. So I guess we'll just work on the rug a little bit. Sorry we didn't have time to get to you, my little Assaultron. But she just needs her base painted. She's pretty much done. I'm also going to put away the lion because I just don't want it to get hurt. Because this is all the way done. I wish it looked a little better, but it doesn't, and that's just how it's going to stay. It's just going to exist that way. All right. We're going to be using Sigvald Burgundy for this part. All right, have a good night, Allie. All right, all right. Now the trick here is going to be figuring out what's carpet and what's not. There are some like circus tickets on the floor. What I'll probably do is go a little overboard with the burgundy. And then just kind of like fix it with some white. It's really sad because this company stopped doing these kind of bases on their minis. And I love them so much. And I wish that they did not stop doing these kind of bases on their minis. It does make my job a little bit easier because I paint the minis, and usually if there's not a base like this that has like built-in stuff, Husbando will do the rest of the basing. But also it looks so cool. Like some of these bases have like Nuka-Cola bottles. A base I was painting yesterday had Nuka-Cola bottles, but like they didn't scale them the right way, so they looked like little mini Nuka-Cola bottles. And I was just like, fuck it. And I just like painted over them. I was like, I'm not gonna mess with that. I think I'll probably dry brush this base in white after I'm done doing this carpet. I'd let it dry for a while though, because like this burgundy is definitely gonna bleed. If I go right in. Not as bad as like a straight up red. But still pretty badly. Can't believe you want to see Deliverance, Danny. You want to see the funniest things. I'm really glad, though. I feel like I've opened up your eyes to things beyond cartoons. And specifically to, like, horror stuff. I'm always just amazed at what you're, like, okay with watching now. Yeah, no, no, I totally get that. I totally get that. One of the best reasons to watch things is to just like fucking get it. This burgundy probably could have used some medium, but I didn't do that. I just used it straight. Gonna get a little more and like see if I can get it like into these grooves here. And then do I have stuff for this wood? I don't think I brought up anything that would be good for this particular wood, unless I decided to make it the same color as his shoes, which is like an idea. I'm in the mood to watch the stuff. Oh my god, I love the stuff. Jojo, I love the stuff. I have also been kind of in the mood to watch the stuff. The stuff, are you eating it or is it eating you? Man, the cover to that movie just sat in the Hollywood video horror section and just like infiltrated my brain. I was just like, what is this? I've got to watch it again. I think I've only watched it once, and it was when I was a kid. It was when I was like, actually, I don't know if a kid is the right term, but like, I think I was like 14. Yeah. Okay, Jojo. Hollywood Video Memory. In the horror section at Hollywood Video, right next to The Stuff was another movie. The Stuff combo for me was The Stuff right next to the movie Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator. And it took me so long to rent either of those. Have you seen Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator? I feel like if I watched it again, I would understand it a lot more. Because, like, it seemed to be, like... Wait, have you seen it? If you have, I'm so surprised. You're so full of surprises. It's a terrible B movie, isn't it? Oh, yeah. It is terrible. It's a terrible B movie. Absolutely. This stuff's way better, I'm sure. Like... I don't remember exactly what happens in that movie. I don't even think Stephanie is stuffed in the incinerator. PBH. False advertising. Okay, we're gonna look up Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator. That's what we're gonna do with our last 7 minutes. Our last 7 minutes is going down the Stuffing Stephanie memory lane. Not the usual one we would go down. The Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator one. That might be the only movie I've ever seen with my name in it. Yeah, so it's a horror comedy. Premise. A wealthy couple and their friend enter a world of sadistic fantasy games of the rich. It is kind of me coded. But as they travel deeper, it becomes difficult to establish exactly what is a game and what is not. It doesn't show the plot here. Tagline, don't throw your love away, burn it. Let me show you the cover. This is the cover for Stuff Stephanie in the... Oh, it's a trauma film. It's a trauma film. Yeah, basically, at the end, there's just like there's a fake out. The movie's a fake out. The whole movie, if I remember correctly, is a sex game. Like, it's just like people like doing a very involved scene. And like literally this like butler like looks at the screen and is like, oh, the world's a stage and all of us in it merely players. And it's like, okay, thanks, man. You can watch it on Tubi for free. Just like you've always wanted. I feel like it's like almost not a horror film. Is there a plot? Is there a plot synopsis? Is there a plot synopsis? Can you synopse the plot? Somebody. I could add the synopsis. There's something on Reddit. Well, I might have to watch it again. I don't remember liking it. And with the name like Stuff Stephanie and the Incinerator, I only had to like it a little bit for it to become a classic. I only would have to slightly enjoy it. Oh, hey. Okay. All right. So I found a description. This is by Swamp Flicks. So starting off good. They say they began to lose interest halfway through the film, which I'm not surprised. I think I also did. The beginning of Stuff Stephanie and the Incinerator was amazing. It starts off with two strangers, Paul and Stephanie, who are prisoners in a mansion. The owner of this mansion, Roberta, is obviously a man cross-dressed as an elderly socialite. So, elderly socialite? She wants to watch Paul and Stephanie have sex. Who wouldn't? Of course, the two, quote, lovebirds are opposed to the idea of having forced sexual intercourse. This is an adult stream, by the way. For Roberta's viewing pleasure. So they attempt to escape her evil clutches to only find themselves back in her hell house. Then, all of a sudden, the film takes an unexpected turn for the worst. Roberta takes off her wig to reveal herself as Robert, an actor paid by Stephanie and Paul, whose real names are Casey and Jared, to participate in their over-the-top role-playing. As the film goes on, it's obvious that Casey is not too keen on the role-playing and desperately wants to leave Jared because he's absolutely insane and obsessed with doing one role play after another. The rest of the film is filled with twist after twist and ends with a very surprising conclusion. Yeah. The conclusion is, I think that this was all a game. Like I said, that was all, and I don't think that's a very surprising conclusion, given the fact like that they just faked it out a bunch of times. So yeah. There you go. That's Stuff Stephanie and the Incinerator for you. I have much more fond memories of the stuff. I just remember being bored as hell and I was just like, couldn't Stephanie have been stuffed in the Incinerator? As a Stephanie, I believe that my opinion should matter here. And that you should have stuffed her in the Incinerator like the title suggested. Don't stuff me in the Incinerator. Fake Stephanie. But yeah, there you go. Trauma is a mixed bag. You're very right. I never really honestly enjoyed a trauma film. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever like just been like, yeah, this is so good. I'm going to do really quickly do like one last thing on this model. I was going to take a touch of yellow and put it right there on his little nosy. And on his little eyeballs to make it like a little bit less obviously white. You know, truth in advertising. You tell me if Stephanie's gonna get stuffed in the Incinerator, you better do it. You better do it. It was hardly a horror movie. I remember watching it being like, I don't really, this feels like it should be on like late night TV. It doesn't feel like it's just like, I don't know. I want horror movies to really horrify me. I don't take what I can get, but still. So yeah, I'm so glad you came down memory lane for the stuff section of the Hollywood video horror section, a section very near and dear to my heart. Thank you so much, Jojo, for bringing up the stuff. The stuff is much better. It's kind of like if The Thing was worse and dumber and, well, maybe not funnier. The Thing's pretty funny. But some people find some like naturally occurring frozen yogurt in the Arctic, in the Antarctic. I think it was in the Arctic. They're like digging, right, Jojo? And like they find like, well, like I said, naturally occurring frozen yogurt. Yeah, bubbling out of the ground. So they start like putting it in cartons and selling it, and it's really low calorie and everybody loves it and people are losing weight because the stuff is so good for you. But the stuff is eating you out from the inside in a non-sexual way. Unlike Stuff Stephanie in the incinerator, which if they had the stuff, I guess it would literally be doing that. But yeah, it's addictive. Yes, you're right. It's addictive. You've seen this more than I have, for sure. Yeah, so people are super into it. And then like at one point they're fighting a bunch of like I don't know who they are, but they are fighting. The girls are fighting. Someone's fighting some stuff addicts and they like shoot them in the face and their face just like implodes because they've been eaten by the stuff. That's what the stuff does to you, okay? So if anybody's like, try our naturally occurring frozen yogurt fresh from Antarctica, be like, no. A streamer told me about the stuff. I can't eat that now. Yeah, they're like a shell. I heard about melt movies, where people's bodies melt, and I feel like this stuff is kind of like a melt movie, except for like a shell. They're like the chocolate coating. They're like the magic shell. They're like if people were magic shell. That's my opinion on the stuff. Is that it turns people into magic shell. Sorry, I'm trying to turn off this fan over here. Anyway. I know, right? Does she want to be magic shell and then get stuffed in the incinerator? Anyway, I think it's about time for me to wrap up, but thank you all for joining me while I painted Oswald. I think he turned out better than I thought he was going to halfway through. So I'm quite excited about that. I'll be back on Friday with honest to God nail art. Tuesday might become my painting minis time. And then I know 2 Fridays from now, I will actually be at a doctor's appointment. So I won't be able to be here streaming, but that will be the night that we watch Zardoz. So, or is it gonna be the night we watch Zardoz? No, that's the next weekend. Anyway, no, it is. No, it is. Anyway. Maybe? I have no fucking clue. Point is, be there, be square, whatever. Go to the Discord. Stream Elements just shared it. And join us for a good time when we watch Zardoz. Not this Friday, but next Friday. Really wild movie, and I love it, and it's so much fun. But yeah, I will see you all later. Have a great day. Bye!